The following program likely contains material that is suitable for mature audiences only and not suitable for children. It is by far not the nastiest stuff you'll find on TV, radio, or the internet, and will probably make you laugh more than it will upset you. However, because some people, especially in the South, are so damn sensitive, we feel obligated to warn you ahead of time. So if you've accidentally stumbled upon this program and are not a legal adult who is ready, willing, and able to be completely offended, navigate away from this station and log on to IHateTheFirstAmendment.com. You will feel better about yourself.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
Good morning, Los Angeles, and thank you for tuning in to the Love Jays on TRadioV.com/LA. I'm Mr. J.
And I'm Miss J. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's a beautiful Saturday. It's cooled off. It was scorching out here in LA.
I know, and I'm wearing the spaghetti strap dress, and I'm low-key cold.
Yeah, I was
now.
like, you look cold. I don't even have my sleeves all the way rolled up. You
like,
shivering.
But it was, what?
It got up to about 100. No, I think it was 100 degrees. I know it was 99. We stay in Burbank.
Yeah.
And it was smoking hot.
Yes, very. And it happened to be the same temperature in my apartment. Like,
which is all bad.
Terrible. Just sweat everywhere.
It's a studio, keep in mind. It's a studio.
You have to take like 3 showers a day just to like be okay.
3 showers?
I think I did on Monday. I probably took about 3 showers, yes.
I just got to keep my armpit hairs trimmed down and everything's good to go on this end.
Yes, it's a must.
I didn't even catch that. That was pretty good. Pretty good.
Me.
Yeah, I get my underarms sometimes get the best of me, so I gotta keep that low. TMI Saturday.
Visual of you, nice. We're just divulging way too much information.
But that's what we do. We have to be transparent. That's what everyone loves about us the most. It's our transparency. Keep 100 open and honest. We're normal human beings, just like all you guys. Yeah. And as always, the phone lines are open. 855-878-4652. That's 855-878-4652. If you guys have any great question that you would like to discuss, feel free to call in. And we have 2 wonderful guests that will be joining us this morning as well. Lena Waithe and Ashley Blaine Featherson, the co-creators of the popular YouTube series Hello Cupid. If you guys have not checked it out, you definitely want to go there and subscribe to Black and Sexy TV. Put in Hello Cupid in the YouTube search bar and you'll see the first 5 episodes. If you're tuning in right now and you're like, hey, I want to call in and get some questions, you should definitely watch it. Definitely watch it. I'm mad you were over there digging in your purse.
No, I have gum in my mouth and I wanted to take it out because I'm sitting here smacking my mom. Hold on, I need to tell a story.
Okay.
When I was younger in high school, my high school friends know this, I was on gum restriction. I literally was like not allowed to chew gum. My mom took all my gum away from me, and it was before I had a car or anything, so I couldn't go get some. So I used to have my friends sneak gum to me at school because I chew like a cow. That's what my mom says. So to this day, though, I still chew like a cow.
You do.
So when really, dude?
Yeah.
Just not gonna have my
Nope.
back? Okay. The one time you agree with what I say, like, yep, chew like a cow. But anyway, so that is why I just spit out my gum, because I didn't want to be here like.
So there's the reason why you always carry. If you ever come to Joy's apartment, you will always see she has gum everywhere. She has a pack of, those big old Eclipse plastic bags of like 960 pieces of gum. And then you're like, well, who buys this?
It's necessary. What if your breath isn't fresh? Like if I have a friend over and they're just like humming, I can be like, hey, I got some
called
gum
dental
right
hygiene.
Yeah, I got some floss.
Floss, a little scope, Listerine, brush your teeth, brush your tongue, dental hygiene. But I mean, you still need gum.
For those of you that don't brush your tongue out there, get it together.
Yeah, and floss.
Necessary.
It's all necessary. All that dental hygiene is necessary. And Miss J was on me for a minute.
Yeah.
Since we're on dental hygiene,
brush your tongue.
I did brush my tongue, but I did not floss. I didn't brush my teeth at night, and I didn't floss. And I never used to think it was a big deal, because I was like, I'm fine. But what had happened, long story short, I had to get my tonsils removed. My breath just started humming beyond belief. I'm divulging way too much information.
Toilet water.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said my breath smelled like toilet water. I was like, yo, that's how you feel? Like
toilet. Stop sharing.
Toilet water? Like, really? You gonna compare my breath to toilet water?
Well, because it was sickness. It was an infection.
Yeah, so I got my tonsils removed and all that jazz, but Joy had originally said maybe it's because you don't floss and brush your teeth, so that's how it started. I brush my teeth at night. I forgot. Let me add that in there.
Yeah.
If people say you're gross and disgusting.
That's still disgusting. Don't make no comment
What?
about it.
But
That's
now
gross.
I brush my teeth at night and floss, and it's been going on a year and a half? I think so.
Yeah. You shouldn't have given it time to table.
Why?
It's embarrassing. You're a grown man.
It's not embarrassing. So
should
what?
be
There's a lot of
brushing
people
my
out there that don't brush their teeth and floss at
especially
night.
men. You guys are just gross in general.
Oh, so now this is a
Do
gender.
you guys floss religiously?
Yeah, see,
It's okay.
Hold
No.
on. You're saying that men specifically are gross. I know a lot of women out there who are just as bad,
they
if not
probably
worse
but
than
I'm
men.
saying bachelors out there, the older.
Nope,
I would
recovery,
like to
no
think
recovery.
The older a
Miss
woman
J and her
is, the more
sexist
she wanna
comments.
take care of herself.
Miss J and her sexist comments. We talk
Moving
about
on.
this all the time.
So Beyonce is reportedly pregnant. We don't know.
With baby number 2. News said yesterday that she's pregnant,
Yeah, but it
and
was-
she canceled one of her shows due to exhaustion.
Dehydration and was it dehydration and
I don't.
exhaustion?
I read
Which is like
exhaustion. There's
the
today.
celebrity
Yeah,
go-to.
who knows what's true now? Because you got
Yeah.
99 million sources reporting things as factual, but as from News confirmed it yesterday
Well,
morning.
E-News is typically
As a reliable source.
source for celebrity news. But they said that their source was a reliable source that they got the information from, but it wasn't from Beyonce and it wasn't from Jay-Z, so it's hard to, I could be considered a reliable, well, for you, but we're together. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, our very bestest friend could be considered a reliable source, but we could have just had a fight and they're lying on us,
True story.
even though my very bestest friend.
So there may be Blue Ivy number 2. We'll see what we'll
When
see.
somebody said the funniest thing that they were going to name her Red Vine, just because Blue Ivy Red Vine.
That's so rude. That is so rude. But
I laugh.
there's a coincidence behind the name Blue Ivy. Who knows? I'm sure they'll think of something. Her name will probably be Brooklyn.
Oh, he did.
He did say Brooklyn
if I had
Carter.
a daughter, you know
and
what
then
I'd call her?
Brooklyn Carter. So I mean,
Remember that? Hello,
if
Brooklyn?
Jay holds it
Anybody?
down, and I feel like Brooklyn can be a male and female's name.
Yeah, I actually do like that name. It's cute.
Yeah, and he's Brooklyn through and through. So
Yeah.
I mean, Brooklyn
Blue Ivy
Carter.
was because when they went on vacation, they were sitting under a blue ivy tree.
See, I heard different reports. I heard they were saying
This is Beyonce.
because of
She
the
said there was-
blueprint, and then with Ivy the 4,
Yeah,
the Roman numeral 4.
that's the creative version. I'm sure it might have something to do with
Okay.
it, but Beyonce's, they went on vacation and there were blue ivy trees everywhere, and they thought it was a beautiful name.
Okay, well that too. Like I don't know their
But
camp,
that's
so
a really great coincidence.
yeah, people were
Yeah.
saying about the blueprint and the release of was his 4th. Or I don't something along those lines. As such, but we'll see as news comes out. And I know there's a lot of Beyonce fanatics out there. Like, I hope she doesn't cancel any of her shows.
Oh yeah.
Because if she is pregnant,
That
that may.
concert in June, Beyonce, I'm gonna need you to get it together. I don't even know if I'm going for sure, but I would like to go.
I feel like she would do the most. I've never seen Beyonce perform live, but everyone who has just fallen head over heels in love and said there's no one who puts on a concert like Beyonce. So
She's talented, and I've always given Beyonce credit when credit is due, and that is that she is an excellent entertainer. Like 100%, she can sing, she can dance. Is she the best singer ever? No. Is she the best dancer ever? I mean, not ever, but she's a great dancer. Like she can she puts it all together.
Incorporating
nicely.
all that, yeah, she's a beast.
And she's a beautiful woman, and she's married to Jay-Z. She's on top of the world. She's on top of, and her costumes.
she's just fly.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
and
no
she's 100%
like
part of her process.
like whatever you people. There's a lot of Beyonce haters out there. At the end of the day, Beyonce is just fly as hell. Like, and I can't. And all the super crazy fans just make me disgusted with being a fan of Beyonce.
You know
'cause they
who we
just
are talking to
do
right now.
way too much. But when you take all that out and you strip it down to the core,
bulk of our college friends
it's
are Beyonce's
obsessors.
Yeah.
But the woman's talented. And speaking of our alumni,
Yeah.
they are graduating today. The good old
segue.
Chapman University in Orange County. They are graduating today. So shout out to all the Panthers class of 2013.
Happy graduation.
Happy graduation. You have a beautiful world to
I mean, it's
walk
so
right
exciting.
into. Be ready and prepared for what's next. I wish I had all the best advice in the world to give you, but the truth is
We're still figuring it out.
you
dude.
just got to live it.
Yeah.
You just got to live it. If you
You
come to
know-
LA, you join the LA crew, let us know.
Because nobody has a specific path. Like I can't tell you, oh Justin, this is the path for you to take, and you can't tell me, vice versa. Like I can't. Nobody can prepare you for the real world. That's just the way it is. Your experience is your experience, and you just got to do the best you
And
can.
the best
with it.
advice that I've gone through and learned is that money matters. I'm gonna tell people this, and they're gonna be like, no, like follow
It's
your
not all that
follow your
matters.
dreams. Money comes. No, money matters. And if there's anything I've learned is, it's not money over everything, but money definitely matters. So if you have a job and you say, hey, but I want this entrepreneurial gig that I'm thinking about going after, I want to try some new things, get your money up, get your weight up, and then you got to hustle hard on the side.
Yeah, because it takes money to make money.
Because it takes money to make money. So if anyone's out there, I support entrepreneurship to the fullest umpteenth degree. But make sure you got some money in that pocket because money matters. Trust me. And next week we'll dive all in. We'll dive into it. But follow your dreams strategically.
Yes.
That's the quote of any young grad coming out of college. Follow your dreams strategically. And if you want to know how about it, I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you and talk about what I mean about that.
Yeah.
But stick around. As always, start the conversation on Twitter at LoveJaysBlog. You can follow us on Twitter there, same as Instagram. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/AskLoveJays. And, of course, visit the website. Submit your questions, www.lovejays.com. We'll be right back.
Radio V.
Hey there, we are the Sklar Brothers, Randy and Jason, and we are very excited because we'll be hosting the T Radio V Twitter Awards on May 28th at the Hollywood Improv in Los Angeles, California. You can vote for your favorite tweeters at tradiov.com/Twitter Awards. You can watch us live at the Hollywood Improv, or you can watch it online at tradiov.com/LA or at ustream.tv. You know you can talk. We're not Penn and Teller.
Our smartphones are some of the smallest and most powerful computers ever invented, and we carry them with us everywhere. But it's a juggle and a bit of a struggle to use your phone because it really takes two hands, one to hold it securely and the other to text and scroll. FlyGrip is the one-handed smartphone solution, and it lets you keep your phone in your grasp and use the same hand to control it. The FlyGrip is device agnostic. It sticks onto the back of any phone or case, and it just uses two fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger, to hold it. You use your thumb to control the device. It has an ergonomic, spring-loaded, articulated hinge that's comfortable to use and which snaps flat when the grip isn't in use. It can also double as a stand, either vertically or horizontal, and that makes it great for your phone, tablet, or e-reader. The FlyGrip even worked with American professional surfer Bethany Hamilton, who lost her arm to a shark attack and is best known for sharing her story in the movie Soul Surfer. Our devices keep us connected to so much that's important to us, and with the FlyGrip, you're much less likely to drop that connection.
Now available in 8 designer colors. Get your FlyGrip today at flygrip.com.
T Radio V.
Did you hear Lil Wayne's been having some health issues?
Who hasn't heard that?
What actually is the story with that? Because I haven't been following it that closely.
He's hooked on this thing called scissors, which is...
Scissors?
It's scissor. It's
That's
another...
not scissor.
No, I'm not... Well, maybe it's scissor. But it's...
You're the whitest man in the world,
It's
David.
scissor, apparently. It's scissor.
I'm just going to laugh under the table. You continue. Game over, man. Game over.
The LA Music Blog, Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Oh, hey. Good morning, and we're back. We're the Love Jays on T Radio V. You can find us at www.lovejays.com, Facebook /AskLoveJays, Twitter, Love Jays Blog, at Love Jays Blog, and Instagram as well. That was better than normal.
Man,
I didn't completely butcher
the struggle on your face is so real. Like when you do that,
you know why? Because all the handles are a little different, and it's my brain trying to like catch up.
Just got to let it roll off your tongue. At Love J's blog, like us on Facebook,
Yeah,
facebook.com
exactly.
/AskLoveJays.
Exactly.
Submit your questions, lovejays.com. You just got to let it roll off. That's how it is. So this week there was a campaign that's gone viral that a lot of people are talking about, and if you do not know about it, this is your chance to learn about it. It's called Fitch the Homeless. Hashtag Fitch the Homeless. And it's about a young man who is looking to change the way Abercrombie and Fitch is modeled or branded. So we're going to show just the first probably 30 seconds of this video so you guys can you guys can get the gist of what it is he looks like. We'll talk more about what he does at the end because we won't have time to get at it. But
Abercrombie & Fitch is a terrible company. Their CEO insists on only hiring attractive people, which is ironic because he looks like this. In addition, he has made a point of refusing to sell extra large or extra large clothing to women because he doesn't want larger women wearing his clothes. Abercrombie & Fitch CEO and Old Biff lookalike explains this policy by saying, "In every school there are the cool and popular kids, and then there are the not-so-cool kids. We go after the cool kids. A lot of people don't belong, and they can't belong. Are we exclusionary? Absolutely." To make matters worse, when clothing is damaged,
so the video is about 2.5 minutes long, and what you don't see at the end is that he clearly has a disdain for Abercrombie & Fitch, and what he does is he takes Abercrombie's clothing and hands them out to homeless people.
Yeah, and then we cut off right before the part where they say they don't donate their clothes, instead they burn them.
Yeah.
Because this man is so concerned about his brand.
Yeah, he doesn't want just anybody wearing Abercrombie & Fitch.
Yep.
And so this gentleman says, well, what I'm going to do is, since Abercrombie & Fitch only wants this certain type of people in this little small silo to wear his stuff, he was taking all of Abercrombie's clothing, going to little Goodwill stores across LA. I'm pretty sure he lives in LA, and he did, because he took him down to Skid Row and was handing out Abercrombie & Fitch clothing. And I saw the video, I laughed, I thought it was absolutely hilarious. But there are some people on the flip side who have their panties in a bunch about this campaign.
Yeah. Well, I think because their issue, and this is me just saying on their behalf, not that I agree, but I think they're feeling like the Abercrombie & Fitch CEO is a bully, and this man is a bully for, bullying the Abercrombie & Fitch guy and using homeless people as his platform. I think that's kind of where they're going with it. I don't agree. I think what the kid is doing is great. He's essentially saying, like, I don't care what you think. Like, everyone can be seen in your clothes, and it's not going to ruin your brand. It shouldn't be exclusionary.
Yeah. And there are some blogs out there who are saying this is the big deal because homeless people are being exploited, and I don't necessarily look at that. I mean, if we're going to be honest, if we're looking at a social class, homeless, those who are homeless, and it's a completely unfortunate situation. There's no doubt about it. There's nothing to make fun of, nothing to belittle or demean anyone. But what he wanted to say is that you would never ever want to see your clothing on these type of people. So because of that, we're going to hand this out, and at the end of the day, he is still giving out clothes. So
yeah.
I hear that
he's saying you as a homeless person are still good enough to wear this brand.
Exactly.
I don't see what's wrong with that. I really don't. Now, obviously, it's the classic scenario. You can look at the glass half empty or half full. And I think it's very much a half full situation, but I think there are so many people out there who want to be an advocate for something and fight for something. It's like, oh, look, here's our new battle. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
calm down.
Everyone's fighting for everything. Yeah. So if you guys want to learn more about it, just go into Twitter, #FitchTheHomeless. You can see all the videos. You can see all the responses. You can see all the Cincy blogs out there who are defending it. And it's nice to hear the other sides, but I feel at this point it's a kind of reaching a little bit.
He's taking on a giant, and I guess because somebody's thinking like, oh, that's not right, and they're saying, what did they say, a minority group?
Yeah, if you were to replace the homeless people with any minority group, how would you feel about it?
Yeah, well, I would feel great if he said, because he did make it. I can't remember his exact quote, but if somebody said, like, I don't want black people wearing my clothes, and then somebody
Tommy Hilfiger back in the 90s?
Okay, let's just say. Okay. I wasn't going to name any names.
Throw it out.
I wasn't going to name
I don't know, Tommy.
But if somebody said, I'm going to give these clothes to, like, strictly black people, like, I'm going to be like, oh, how dare you? Like, okay, good for you. Like, stick it to them. Whatever. So, I mean, it would be weird to, the homeless people are the cool kids too. Like, we all know what he's talking about. He doesn't want the overweight people. He doesn't want the poor people. He wants a certain class, and he wants a certain type.
If you're on the other side of that coin, we'd love to talk to you. 855-878-4652. That's 855-878-4652. And as we've talked about throughout our shows, we are a part of All Right TV. We are featured vloggers on the Preach On, Teach On series, and All Right TV is Tracy Edmonds' newest venture, partnered with YouTube, and it's a faith-based, fun, family inspirational online outlet, and we are online channel, and we are fortunate to be a part of that. So if you guys are not subscribed to All Right TV, you should definitely go to YouTube. Yep. Subscribe to All Right TV, and you can see all of our videos out there. Share them. We post them on Twitter. I know we've done a pretty poor job of putting them on our website, and we're gonna get there slowly. Bear with us. I know somebody's like, well, where is it at? We're getting there. We're getting there. We know.
And our blog has been a little slow in the past couple of weeks too. We'll talk about that as well. But we're getting ready to launch some more content, put the All Right TV videos on there, some more posts. So just bear with us. But please submit your questions so that we can get to those as well.
Yeah, we want to talk about it. And if you guys have ideas that you would like to see covered in the vlog, it's a lot easier to talk about in writing. We try to keep it formal. Try to keep it directed to the point, but in video you can see all the personalities. So if there's something that,
and it's easier to talk about stuff we know you want to talk about, and we have a video clip too from All Right TV that we wanted to play.
It was our latest one, and we've talked about this plenty of times. It was about text messaging, and we've definitely have received some flack about this video, and the idea all came about when we were in New York last summer. And I was having lunch with Joy and a few ladies, and they were really talking about how much they despise men in texting. Mm-hmm. So, I heard their point, and we talked about this when Dominic from Fork and Amazing was on here. We talked about text messages. Yeah, it's a medium where people can do it, but at the same time, like, you should probably pick up your phone and engage in that as well. So, we'll get the clip rocking. You guys can see a little bit. 30 seconds Jay's of that. Here. I'm Mr. J. Hey, we're shooting a video.
Oh, I'm Miss J.
And today, we're going to talk about texting.
So we've received a few questions lately from our readers, and they want to know if texting is an acceptable form of communication when trying to get to know somebody on an intimate level.
Technology allows for us to communicate with different people instantly in a variety of mediums, ranging from Facebook, Twitter, Skype, FaceTime, but the most popular choice is definitely text messaging.
We understand texting is
looking at that is so painful.
I know, it's like,
oh my god! We sit up so straight, like we come in here and we keep it so real and relaxed, and then you look at that video and it's so proper.
Such a different. I mean, even though it's a camera, but in here we have our little control room, we have the mics, the headphones, and we're just like looking at each other. Very seldomly are we like, hey guys, so like, guess what I did today? I'm not looking directly at the camera, so it's just a completely different thing. But when you have to talk about a certain topic and you're staring into a camera lens and it's just us, and maybe we had a completely long day and we're like tired, and it's like, okay, we haven't eaten, it's like, when are we gonna eat dinner? It's like, let's do this video, and like it's just like we want it to be, it's just easier to be a little bit more organic here, but we're working on it. And
wait, I think the video that gets released today, we talk about passwords of the question that we received, and we taled about on the radio show last week.
We were a lot more loose.
We just came in and said, hey, let's film it, and we have a better vibe, so hopefully
high five.
Hopefully we'll
getting the hang of it.
We'll cut that that stage, but it's not stage. They're really talking, but there's something about that camera lens, and it's just.
We need somebody to come film it. So if you're a fan and you want to come,
but hey, you want to produce this? You want to produce these vlogs?
To somebody. It's easier for me to talk to a person. So, but I also thank you, All Right TV, for giving that.
No, without a doubt. Shout out to Tracy Edmonds, Tracy Ferguson, their whole team over there. You guys are doing amazing things.
We owe Tracy Ferguson an Easter basket. I don't know.
I do owe Tracy. If you're watching, we do owe you an Easter basket. We do, and you know why?
Yeah.
So Easter basket's coming on delayed notice.
Yes.
Maybe we'll August. And like, hey, are these peeps in August? Yeah, they are.
They might be melted.
Peep game though. So.
Wow.
We received a question a few weeks ago, and it talked about the lady had asked. She was saying, I'm currently in a relationship, and we were very comfortable with one another. We stopped going out and dating, quote unquote, as much as we used to. I'm less motivated because I have my prize. Don't get me wrong. I love her. Oh, excuse me. It was from a gentleman. But we were both bored. What can we do to spice things up?
You always make the questions from a girl. I just want to point that out real quick.
I naturally do it.
Every time the questions from a girl.
Here's why I assume. What we do, our target demographic, we can look at it, is 80% women.
Yeah, a lot of
So
it is
excuse me if I naturally have a gender bias to saying these are women
the males
submitting.
are logging on the low, like, oh,
I believe that, because when Jordan on our first show, he talked about, there's a lot of men who just keep it on the low, but they don't really talk about it.
Exactly.
But the majority of our questions come from women, so yes, I did make this gender bias. But anyways, on to the question. Miss J and I always get this a lot. You guys been dating 5 years. How do you guys keep your relationship fresh? How do you keep your relationship new? And it's one of those. You have to try. You just have to try things, and it's very easy to get complacent.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get stale. It's very easy and quickly to get bored. And you have to find new things to keep smiles on your faces.
They naturally get stagnant. If you don't do anything, I think people think, and I think I wrote about this, is when you're at a high, you think, oh, okay, that'll sustain itself. Like, we're good now. We're completely fine. You stop working, and then all of a sudden it goes completely, and it's stagnant. It's terrible. And you're like, where did we go wrong? We were so good. You stopped working.
It is that. You gotta work every time. Fall in love with each other again. Groupon is great. Living Social is great. Find all these things. Try new restaurants. I love food. Everyone, if you're in LA, food, drinking, eating, you can't ever go wrong with that. So try new things. Get out the house. Find a movie. Try something together. If you have a specific TV series that you guys are both want to go into, little things like that really do go a long way. Pick up a sport. Miss J and I talked about we do want to go golfing together. That's something that we would like to pick up.
I'm into it.
But stick around. We will be back with Lena and Ashley from Hello Cupid. If you guys have questions for them, 855-878-4652.
Radio V.
Hey everybody, we are the Sklar Brothers, Randy and Jason, and we are so excited because we're hosting the T Radio V Twitter Awards on May 28th at the Hollywood Improv, or online at tradiov.com/LA or at ustream.tv. So get your hashtags ready, Koreans.
It's the T Radio V Unverified Twitter Awards. Catch it live only on tradiov.com and Ustream.
Hey, is that the new Headblade ATX?
Yes, it is. And it's beautiful.
Never got the hang of the Headblade. Pushing instead of pulling? It's weird.
But the new ATX has been totally switched around and uses the same pulling method as your straight razor. The 4 blades also feature a flow-through design so the cartridges are easy to rinse. But the best part is, I could use the ATX on my head, my face, pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yes, anywhere.
Radio V.
This is a show about love, sex, celebrity, entertainment.
Everything
Awkward. Extremity of individuality. 3 balls! A man has 3 testicles!
But it doesn't really, it's not so bad.
She was like a yeti. Hope you don't mind, I don't shave in the winter. Oh. And it's like, you're in California! You don't shave in the winter? What is that?
Awkward with Destin and Rachel. Thursdays at 4 p.m. on T Radio VLA. It was too much radio for a Sunday morning.
You're watching and listening T Radio V.
So to make matters worse, we put it on TV. Billy Morrison, rock star, actor, with his super sexy sidekick, Chloe Dabbles. And co-host Rick Canny. Billy Morrison's Dirty Little Secrets coming up prime time. No more desecration and destruction on a Sunday morning. Starting May 22nd, Billy and his show are moving to Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
Get this fucking guy out of my show.
Now we can piss off even more people.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
I think you're feeling it. Why are we doing this? Hello?
Okay, girl.
Hey.
Look at these guys. Oh my god. I don't know. Why do you keep responding to the Flava Flavs and Bobby Browns of the world?
Because I hate it when I send somebody a message and they don't respond.
They don't respond because they're not interested.
I'm not interested in these fools either.
Then stop sending a thank you note to everyone.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to Love Jays on TRadioV.com/LA. We are the Love Jays, and right now we are joined with Miss Lena Waithe. What up?
Oh, you have to speak into the mic. We didn't even tell you.
Hello, we
Get
good?
close. Yeah,
We
there
did
you
say
go.
that Lena was going to be joined with Ashley, but Ashley actually was called in for an audition to read and will unfortunately not.
She's
be able-
Hollywood now. Like
Yeah.
she's, doing big things. No, it's always good. Like she had an audition and she's gonna try to get here, but
Yeah.
the cool thing happened where they're like, "Oh, can you read this part too?" So that's always a good thing.
I would say that's a great
That's
time.
a great thing.
Thanks. I'm excited.
Hey, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So what you guys saw right there was a brief little snippet
Yeah.
of Hello Cupid and what it is. I'll give a quick synopsis and we'll jump right in.
Cool.
So there is online day. Hello Cupid is this online dating site, and the dark skinned lady has a profile, is not getting a lot of love, and then her roommate was there at the time, was this light-skinned woman, and they were like, hey, let's try this experiment. How about I put your picture onto my profile and
With
let's
the
see what
same about
happened.
me
With the
and
same
everything.
about me, don't change anything.
Only thing that changes is the picture.
Only thing that changed was the picture, and all of a sudden, boom! We go from 6 messages to 140 messages, and that becomes the premise of the show. So he said, if you need to see it, they have 5 episodes released.
Yep.
Right now, go to YouTube. Black and Sexy TV is what it's under, and you can type in Hello Cupid. But Lena,
Yeah.
how did the idea of Hello Cupid come to life?
It was a couple things. One of them was Ashley coming to me and saying, I want to do like a show. I want to do something, like I'm an actor, but I'm not acting as much as I would like. So I have an idea. And the first idea she pitched at me, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, let's toss that. But the second thing was about like online dating, which I thought was really cool. And then I had recently saw a blog of a gay black guy who sort of did the same social experiment. The only difference was he swapped out his picture with a white guy. And he sort of had the same reaction. So I thought that was cool, just reading something and just thinking it was interesting. So when she said she wanted to do something about online dating, I pitched to her the idea of, why don't you maybe swap your picture with a white chick, and then it gets all crazy and we deal with that. So we both liked that. I wrote a script. She and I were both happy with it. Then we took it to Dennis and Numa over at Black and Sexy TV, who I've been talking to Dennis and Numa a lot. We were looking for ways to collaborate. They liked Ashley as well, so we were like, come on, let's make it a family affair. And they pitched, instead of it being a white girl, she swaps her photo with, make it a light-skinned black girl. I really dug that. I thought that was a very interesting thing and interesting subject matter, and that's sort of how it all came about. And then we already had Ashley, and I had just done a table read with Haley Marie Norman, who plays Robin. So I was like, we need a light-skinned girl with a fro, like she's it. And I think they would kind of vibe, and they came together, and it just sort of took off, and people really seemed to be taken to the show, so we couldn't be happier with the response.
Now, have you guys had any experience with online dating?
Yeah, I mean, I'm online trying to date, but I'm like,
give us the stories. Tell us about it.
Oh, please. Like, I don't know, man. It's weird. Like, I'm trying to think of Ashley. Ashley hasn't had good experiences with it. So Ashley, like, sort of, I'll speak for her. She is on it, but gets whack, messages and stuff. So she, like, doesn't really play that game. A lot of my gay guy friends only date online. That's their thing. For me, it's kind of hit or miss. I don't know. It's weird. But it's like, but honestly, I'm the kind of person where I'll do it because it's the new way to meet people, but I'm also like old school too, where it's like, if you meet somebody, you gotta look in the eyes, you gotta have the conversation, you gotta see what's cracking. You suckers are lucky, y'all have been here all with love and two red bone people together. Light-skinned black love. I was like, we was out there like playing ping pong, like y'all cool. But it's for me, it's like, it's tough, but dating is tough though. Dating in LA is tough
in general,
online or off.
I've heard that. So what's been your word? You gotta tell us a word.
Like, this is like alien to me.
We're
in love.
What has been your most traumatic or worst experience dating online?
Most traumatic. I don't know. You know what the tough thing is for me? It's not been like that in person, like awkward date thing. Because I'm a kind of person where I can have a conversation with anybody, even if you're like whack or weird or crazy. I'll figure it out, or I'll write a pilot about it. But,
I'll just write about you.
The thing to me is like the weird thing about online, like you'll be messaging somebody, like sending paragraphs, dissertations, and all of a sudden like it goes away. That's the weirdest thing I think about online dating, is like you'll be messaging back and forth with somebody, you seem to be vibing, and then one day like either they don't respond to your thing, or you for whatever reason like, I don't want to respond to them. That's the weirdest thing I found, where it's like you will literally be sending dissertations and then it just goes away. But there's also that thing too, one time I was like sending dissertations back and forth, and then we met in person and it wasn't like, I didn't get all of my life.
Yeah.
which is also the worst. But that's sort of the thing that happens, I feel.
I was wondering maybe if there's different bouts of time when somebody's a little bit more lonely. So like, okay, yeah, I want to talk, and then they're like, you know what? No, I'm cool, and they're like just disappear.
Maybe, but the thing is though, you don't know. On your other side, you take it personally, and you're like, I'm not desirable. Like nobody wants me. I'm gonna die alone. Like that happens. So that's why it can be sort of like like a bruise your ego.
Impersonal though, you know what I mean? Because it's online.
But it gets really personal though. It gets really personal though. Like, cause you'll talk. I mean, I have friends who talk about their stuff, like with their like abandonment issues, like their father's stuff or whatever. Like my phone's blowing up right now. Okay. So it's just like that happens, and it's just like it's crazy. It's crazy town. Because you can get really, and that's why it's so weird when it just sort of like goes away. Because like you can,
I just invested my time into you, and then boom.
One friend, this dude wrote him like this full on like poem. Like it was like a poem, and he called me. He read it to me. It was his first like time this dude had hit him up, and he was like, if I were to meet you, and we were in a room, and I would see you across the room, we would have this conversation, and we would do this, and we would go off into the sunset and do all this stuff. And then and they and then a couple weeks later, like, have he messaged you? No, I hit him up. He didn't message me back. It's like that's the weird thing, because
what
you
if
can
he
be
is copying and pasting though.
No, I don't know if he copy and paste that. That was like I was like, that's dope. I was like, I don't have a game like that. Like I've never said anything like that in my life. But I don't know, man. It was just crazy. It was crazy.
But then he was just over it.
I guess so.
So that's a weird thing.
So
yeah.
what are your top sites? There's so many online dating platforms.
Yeah.
What are your go-tos?
I did Match for a second. Okay, Cupid, obviously everybody does. That's free. Some people do Plenty of Fish. Y'all don't even know what it is. Y'all got
I know Plenty. We met.
This makes me feel so crazy.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Like you're our social experiment. Like,
yeah. Like what?
But no, I've talked about
to be
this.
Single. Yeah. What's it like to not wake up to the person you're in love with every morning?
No, we're no.
Y'all are
it is not all
right now. No. She's like, it's all right with the butterflies.
No. But it's funny because, and we talked about this before, is that I have friends who they're actually in India now. Shout out to Josh and Dev. But they started and they're creating an online dating mobile application out in India. And for a lot of their research, and they had to go and be online daters. And I remember they're saying, hey, Jay, won't you come in and try to do this? And I got behind the computer, and I was like, this is really kind of difficult and awkward in a weird kind of a way. And I just never would have thought, because you're like, oh, okay, you're on a computer, like whatever. I'm going to just be so ridiculous. Like, hey, you sexy, mom, what's good? Blah, blah.
That's not.
But it's not. That's really not
because it's
what
such
happened.
A vulnerable space for everyone involved. Yeah. It's vulnerability.
Yeah, but also, too, the thing is when you're like, like typing, you can be a little bit more articulate than you normally would be. You can have a little more swag than you normally would have. So that's why I think when people finally do meet, it's not all amazing and fireworks, because when you're behind, and I'm a writer, so I know it's like you can really craft a message and be funny, do that whole thing, be in person, sort of like, I like strawberries, okay,
that I understand, because when Justin and I used to have our little tips in college, we would he didn't have to leave or whatever, and then I'd get this Facebook message like an hour later, like, this is why I was upset, and then I'd write back, and then the argument would be resolved, but when you're in the moment, it's harder.
That's true.
To communicate. So I understand what you're saying when you're writing.
Y'all suckers met in college. See, that's the stuff we all hate. We like, oh hell nah. No. They met in college and kept it going.
Messed up my good years. Messed up my good years.
Wow.
Oh, like that. Like that. Like that.
Do something.
Ashley would love y'all. So if she was here, she'd be getting all emotional. She's obsessed with couples. Like, she's obsessed with people being in love, and she's all like, I want that, and she's still sort of looking for that a little bit, but she would be obsessed with y'all.
We need to get Ashley. We need to get Ashley to call us. We're gonna have to text her on the break and be like, we need you to pick up this phone.
She would love y'all. Like, that's why I'm so like, oh man. But she's here in spirit.
She is here in spirit. We never know. She might make it.
She might make it. I don't know. I'll keep checking my phone.
But I want to dive into Hello Cupid, and one of the main messages that I got. We all know the light skin versus dark skin battle in the black community has something that's been discussed for so long. Light is right, black is whack. I'm
in the middle. I'm mocha, so I don't really.
I'm on light skin. People have called me clear. I get it all.
Man, both of y'all. It's so rare to see two light skinned people together.
People say that. No, people do say that.
It's
People
rare
say
to
we
see
look
two
like
light skins, too rare to see two dark skinned people together apparently or something.
What did that guy say to me at the gym? He said something when he found out Justin was my boyfriend. He wasn't pleased, whatever it was. He was like, "Oh, hold it down for the light skin or something." I was like, I didn't choose for him to be yellow. He just like he was born this way.
This is true. But you get a lot of flack from it, and in the black community, there's so much the light versus dark battle. Almost, not I won't say almost to a fault, but it's really been bad, and it's split so many hairs within the community.
Right.
So I want to know the question for me, and I said we only got 2 minutes, and we can drag it on into the next segment. But are you concerned with the message that you may be sending with this of the main message behind Hello Cupid?
No, I mean I think the cool thing is like the message is sort of subliminal, and what we're doing is we're saying that because the media really portrays sort of the Beyoncés and the Rihannas of the world, and if you listen to hip hop music, it's sort of like I like them long hair, red thick bone, red bone, that whole thing, and that whole thing
not
is
to quote Lil
not
Wayne.
to quote Lil Wayne. But even like I think J. Cole has a line. He's like, I used to be messing with Tiana's, now I'm not stressing over Rihanna's. Sort of this thing of like that's the ideal of beauty, and so dark skinned girls I think have a harder time dating because for whatever reason a lot of dudes or brothers, especially our black men, don't often find them attractive. So to me I think that's the issue and that's a problem, and I kind of want to address that in a very fun, light, kind of kitschy kind of way. So either you can just sort of watch it and just be about because honestly the Robin character is also very sexually free, and
I've
noticed that.
And that's what go ahead.
I was just real quick, let me say, because I was like, okay, they're not evenly yoked because her
Right.
picture was like in a cardigan and just like smiling, and Rob was just like,
hey,
hold that thought, because I want to dive in with that because it's a good point. If you guys want to get in the conversation, give us a call 855-878-4652.
Call us.
I'm mashing the gas, she's grabbing the wheel. It's trippy how hard she rides with me. The new Bobby and Whitney. Only time we don't speak is during Sex in the City. She gets carry fever, but soon as the show's over, she's right back to being my soldier. Cause mommy's a rider, and I'm a roller.
Radio V.
They sent Rodman to North Korea. They sent Seagal to Russia. Now they're sending the Sklar brothers in to host the T-Radio V Twitter Awards. Vote for your favorite tweeters at tradiov.com/Twitter Awards. You can watch us live at the Hollywood Improv on May 28th, or you can watch it online at tradiov.com/LA or at ustream.tv. Seagal, this one's for you. You're under siege, bitch.
Radio V.
Speaking of bits, keep them clean. Here, would you like a hit of my bong? The water hasn't been changed since 1992.
I think sometimes it's really a nice thing to do. It's almost like changing the sheets for a guest.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just change the water and it's like, hey, I care. You're important to me.
Could we just talk
I'm gonna
about
give you fresh bong water.
how bad bong water is? It would be the worst thing you could ever spill on your carpet.
Oh, has that happened to you?
I'd rather have someone commit suicide on my carpet than spill bong water.
God, these bitches are smoking. It's the Canna Bitches. Wednesday at noon, right here on T Radio VLA.
Radio V.
Why in the hell are you wearing flannel again? Does your wife realize she's married to a very handsome lesbian?
No, I'm into the flannel, man.
Rock the flannel.
We got the thumbs up.
Jackie's liking it. Is it because you like the bad boys, Jackie? Like,
I just like flannel in general.
Thank you.
oh, I have flannel sheets, Jackie.
Well, I'm coming over tonight.
No,
that's all it takes.
Gay for pay.
Langdon Nation, Saturdays at 1 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
You got me mad now. You idiots. Of all places on this table to
What?
put this belt,
These toys are
put
important.
it in front of the most important part of the show.
Oh, my car
Girls
gets
hate
hit
that.
for every episode. That'd be a great recurring
Girls
segment.
hate that.
now.
They're all here because they think I'm going to take my
I'm gonna
clothes
punch
off.
Johnny in the face, and then we're gonna watch Jen
Like
strip.
this.
Oh, that's
I love it. How am I? Thank you, Eddie. The TRadioV.com.
Best in the world.
And kick ass.
Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
This is literally Jay-Z hour.
Yes. Jay-Z and Beyonce up in here.
99 problems, but dating ain't one. Hey! I got 99 problems, but dating ain't one. Welcome back.
All of my problems.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the Love Jays on TWAV.com/LA. We are joined with Miss Lena Waithe, the co-creator of Hello Cupid. And just before the break, Miss J got into a question about the voluptuous. I'm going to make up a word right now. I'm going to say the voluptuosity. I was going to say go ahead and continue, but I know I'm going to make up a word. I just don't know how to turn that into what I'm trying to say. Whatever. Go ahead and carry on.
Struggle mode. Yeah, that's what happens when Justin starts feeling himself and he starts like making things up.
I make up words all the
People
time.
don't catch it. You would catch it because you're a writer.
Right.
But some people, I'm like, do you not just hear what he just said? And they'll be like, yeah.
People just going with it.
He made that
light skin privilege.
Like that?
No, dark skin folks can't do that.
Man,
you can't make up words and people not notice it.
Here we
go. The battle
Speaking
continues.
of, we can pick up where we left off, and I don't even know if I said this on air or not because we were talking about during the break. But if you watch the series, I forgot the characters' names.
Robin and Whitney. Whitney's the dark skin girl.
Yes, Robin and Whitney. So Whitney's the darker skin girl, and she has her profile picture. She's in this cardigan. It's a very sweet picture. It's not, it's not flirty. I
Very
guess
professional.
It could be.
Which is a real picture from Ashley's Facebook picture.
Is it really?
That's
Like,
hilarious.
this is me.
Sorry,
And so, and that's great. And they mention, so they show these pictures of Robin from her Instagram. She's like, oh, I'm not trying to look like that. And it's like
sexy. It's very sexy and revealing.
Right.
Very sexy.
We'll say sexy for this thing right now.
She's like, don't look at those Instagram pictures for too long.
Yeah, I was like, we'll say sexy, but she's like presenting herself a certain way, right?
Right.
And so, but then the picture that she puts up is a little bit more modest for Robin. So she swaps her picture out and keeps the same about me. But Robin's like, she's clutching the sweater and she's like playing into the camera. It's very, very flirty, and it portrays something different than what her picture in the cardigan was saying. So my thing was, okay, they're not evenly yoked. So yes, she's getting more of a response based solely off of her picture because about me is the same. But who's reading the about me? Like, know, you're looking at the picture.
That's true.
So
I mean, like, I don't know. I guess I do a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tend to look at both, but I think when you're dealing with guys, maybe not so much.
Guys are visual.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's not the light skin, dark skin thing. It's more because this girl's a little more sexual. But I think the cool thing about something like this, which is why I love being a part of it, is because it is subliminal. There's a message there. You can have a takeaway of like, oh, the dude's checking for her because she red bone, or you may kind of look at it and go, well, no, they're checking for her because she's a little bit more sexually free, and dudes are into that. So the cool thing is, the great thing about art is when somebody can take one thing away from it and somebody can take something else.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we're just trying to really create a really cool show and kind of keep you surprised and also kind of make you think a little bit. Cause that's sort of like what I dig. And also one of the inspirations too was really one of my favorite shows, A Different World, was watching Whitley Gilbert and Kimberly Reese, where it's sort of very similar in that, you have these two women who are best friends and they have very different experiences, but one is very dark skinned and one is very fair skinned. So that's why I even make a reference to that in the pilot episode, because it's all about sort of all black women are beautiful and they just come in different shades and, and it depends on how people, it's all about aesthetic.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Now, do you guys, I know creating videos, you come on YouTube, anybody willy-nilly can leave a comment. Do you at all look at these comments and adjust, or do you guys already have your season picked out?
That's actually a really good question. We all handle it differently. Like Dennis and Numa, by being their channel, Black and Sexy TV, they do tend to look at the comments and really try to be mindful of what people are responding to. That's really how they run their network. They really want people to have a say in their entertainment. The actresses, Ashley and Haley, Ashley's not just an actress on the show. She's a co-creator. She's a producer. So she's definitely, a hyphenate on the show. So she looks at the comments. She also, she's an actress, so she wants to know if people digging her character. And Haley is, she's an actress, but she also improv sometimes on the show. So she's also very invested, and she looks at the comments as well. And she's kind of making sure folks are checking for Robin and making sure folks don't think Robin is, backstabbing her best friend. So for me, it's so funny. As the writer, I look at them, but I take it with a grain of salt, and I think it's more because of my position on the show. Yeah, I mean, yes, I'm a co-creator and I'm the writer, but I really feel like I have to sort of do what's right for the story, and I can't necessarily be too swayed. But I look at the comments, I'm aware of them, but if you believe the bad thing, you believe the good thing, you believe the good thing, you believe the bad thing. So I just try to make sure I'm happy with it and I dig it, and hopefully other folks will too.
I did want to say that too. I want Whitney to
Yes.
like grab her confidence back. Like the fact, I just like, girl, you better go. Like, you know, sorry, now I'm banging the table. Like,
You know, it's funny. That's a conversation Ashley and I have often, because the thing was, a lot of in the comments that we did see that people thought she wasn't confident, that she was insecure about how she looked, and the truth is, you know, that's sort of not, you know, what we feel the character is. The character literally was frustrated with the hit she was getting, and so she kind of did something like silly to kind of see,
and
is
they
it
got
me
herself
or
in
is
a
it
weird
them?
situation.
Yeah, and then what happened was they both started to have fun with it, and now it's sort of gone a little too far. And I think that's sort of really what's happened. I know Ashley's sort of like, how can we make sure that people know that my character does not think she's not attractive or not confident? So she really sort of got caught up in this experiment, and now they're trying to figure out a way to kind of not lose this proud dad guy, because Whitney really does like him, and she's trying to figure out a way to kind of save
but
it.
it looks like somebody else maybe like him.
I
too.
know, I know.
Not to spoil anything.
I know.
You guys gotta watch it. You guys gotta watch it. Because
They gotta
episode
watch
6
it.
is getting released in June.
I
know.
zoomed through them too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I was like, okay, you know, I'll take a couple days and watch, and I zoomed.
That's good. That's
Zoom,
good. I'm
so-
glad you like it.
And as a viewer, what I do appreciate, and you made mention of it, is that Haley does a lot of improv. Is that the acting looks very natural, and in the comments as well. I think you guys do a really good job of capturing the authenticity of relationships and friendships between women.
Yeah.
It didn't
They
look
do have a good
forced. It didn't look
They
fake.
do.
Yeah.
It looked very, very real. So I want
She
to
was saying
applaud you
things
for
that
that.
I would
thank
say.
you.
That I was like, I would say
Who,
that.
Whitney or Robin?
Both of them.
Look, the guilty lean, though. The guilty lean.
like,
Both of them.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
But I did. What she was saying, I was like, yes.
Would you ever go on a date for your friend? If she needed you to say, yo, I'll use your picture. Can you go on this date for me? And just
No, I would have
don't
done
kiss
what
him, don't
Robin
touch him?
did originally and be like, come on. Like,
Oh, okay.
she'd be with me.
So what if she said, I can't go? I need you to go in. Would you have gone in?
Nope.
You wouldn't have done it.
No.
Not even for your bestie. Not even for did somebody pay half your rent.
That's sloppy. That's so sloppy because you end up in the situation where it's like, and you're bamboozling somebody, like completely, like this.
Right.
It's
But
bamboozle.
let me give you a little caveat about this one though. She's very robot straight in her love.
My friend
and
called me the love
her-
robot.
Yeah, we call her a love robot. So she's very, very, very
stringent.
Yeah,
Okay.
very. So because I look at it, it was my best friend. He was really going through it.
No.
I just feel like I'd be like,
You would go on a date. I mean, like me aside, like you're single, whatever. But because the thing is, it's not you. At the end of the day, like you're gonna have to reveal it at some
no,
point in time.
you are.
You just keep going with it?
It's going to be ugly. It will be.
You might as
ugly.
well nip it. Like you're gonna go as far to send the person who's on your profile and still lie about it. At
Oh,
what point
yeah.
do you tell the
That's
truth?
true. Yeah, but I think the thing is, what happens is when you get caught in a lie, it's sort of hard to dig yourself out of it. And I think sort of that's sort of the thing now. I think she sort of doesn't want to, because if she did go in, it would look a little crazy. I mean, I think she kind of still wants to keep this conversation
but
going.
she's
with
gonna
Proud
get
Dad.
stuck living vicariously through her brain.
That's true. That's true. No, we have a really cool reveal for how it all kind of comes about. So,
Oh, I'm looking forward
But as of right now, she's still alone and still.
I know.
Yeah, it's like I'm sad.
I know,
I'm really sad.
I know. And Whitney's so awesome, but
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, she, Proud Dad still thinks it's her. So, and she's the one doing all the typing and the IMing.
Yeah. So you have to choose. Like, do you like the face or do you
Or
like the soul? Yeah.
That's another element too, which I really dig.
Yeah.
In terms of like, what if you're vibing with somebody, but they aren't how your aesthetic. That's not what you normally go for, which is also really interesting too. So
I'm looking for it. You guys got to subscribe. You got to stay tuned and subscribe. But also, Hello Cupid is in the running to be featured in the 17th annual American Black Film Festival.
Yep.
Please tell our readers where they can go to vote. Talk us about it. Hold on.
Here's the deal. This is what you can do. This was easiest. Go to Facebook. Go to Hello Cupid. We have a page.
We showed your page, too, earlier.
Awesome. Cool. And then basically the link is there. You can vote every single day until the 23rd, I believe. And we're really trying to get over 1,000 votes. I think we reached over 800. A cool thing we did, we were like, we're going to give y'all a sneak peek of what happened after the date. So if we got to 800 votes, so we did that. So it's going to come to you very soon. But yeah, go to Facebook, Hello Cupid, because all the links are there. It's like I would totally my head would explode if I tried to rattle off all the links. But it's really easy.
I feel you.
Go to our Facebook page, click on the the link, and they got it up there. You're doing me a solid, and please vote for us. It's a big G. Click on the G, vote for us. But you can vote every single day, and that's really the cool thing to remember is that every day you can vote. Every day,
set a reminder in your phone.
Yeah, set a reminder, vote, get us to Miami, because we think it's a really great show. We don't think there's anything out there like it. And we want to keep the Hello Cupid train going. There might be a season 2. There could possibly be a movie.
Should be
there's
a
all
season
these
2.
There's all these things happening. So, but we need y'all's support. Please vote. Get us to Miami so we can go out there and sort of.
And we will definitely share the link on our Twitter account, our Facebook account. We'll put it out there when we post the link to the video. So if you guys follow us, be sure to support. That's what it's all about. Support.
Yeah, and even check out the show. Like, we hope you watch an episode of the show, and if you dig it, vote. It's a real sincere vote, and then share it with your friends and your people, because we think it's a good show. Period. So watch it, vote for it, and get us to Miami.
It's another valid conversation.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to you getting into more of the girl code stuff.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Because I always try to tell people like, that's girl code until you enjoy your trip. I'm like, no, like this is. But if it was happening to you, if you were on the receiving end, it's a problem. But then you could do it to somebody else.
It's always easy to look on the outside, and we talk about that thing in relationships all the time. Is that everyone on the outside has a great opinion.
Yeah,
and you can talk about it if you have experiences in it. You can share those, but at the end of the day, the people who are in it, and then you have to kind of leave some judgment reserved for them, regardless if you believe it's right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
But you're not living their situation. You're not living in their experience. So it's like you're shaking your head like, no, I disagree.
This is where we differ.
But we do differ in that. But you have to let people live, and you can give them the best advice in which you feel is the most suitable and the most appropriate.
Advice has nothing to do with the code. It's the code.
I know, but sometimes things switch up. They're in a very precarious situation, man.
I give up on both of you.
The
robot.
She's like,
there's a code, but sometimes there's not. Like, really, then when does the code not apply?
No shade. So aside from Hello Cupid, are there any other works that you're involved with?
Yeah. I stay pretty busy. I'm producing my first feature called Dear White People, written and soon to be directed by Justin Simeon. If you haven't seen a concept trailer, please do so. Google us, Dear White People.
Actually, from my alma mater.
Yes, apparently you guys went to college together, which is really cool.
He graduated before we did. I've met him, yes.
Okay.
But
now give a little scoop on what Dear White, because if you hear that name, I'm writing a feature film on Dear White People. That's what the hell is this about?
Dear White People was a feature Justin Simeon wrote. He sort of spent like 7 years on this script. I got a peek into it like a couple years ago. Basically sort of about his experiences being a black person in a predominantly white institution, and so it's loosely based on his experiences there, but it's really kind of all about those like parties you hear about, these very Ivy League schools where they're doing these like Black Night or Spanish themed parties, and so one of those parties happens at this sort of fictitious Ivy League school, and it all kind of hell sort of breaks loose, because it's sort of a reminder that we don't live in a post-racial America, but a lot of people think we do, and that's really sort of the stuff that Dear White People deals with. But it's really more about identity than it is about race, and how race sort of plays a factor into how we look at ourselves. So it's a great project. I'm happy to be producing it. Stephanie Elaine is our executive producer, and we're sort of like the ink is sort of drying on some of these deals, so we'll have some good news for you soon. And I also have a pilot that I'm doing called 20s, which Flavor Unit is attached to. We did a pilot presentation for that, which Justin directed, which we hope to be dropping in this month. It's sort of, it's about 3 black girls in their 20s living in Hollywood, trying to get their lives together. Sort of the black version of Girls a little bit, because my name is Lena, so that kind of helps too. So we got that cracking. And also I'm out there, just doing Hello Cupid, and trying to get staff for another TV show.
I like it. Well, you are keeping very, very busy.
Very much
We
so.
thank you so much for coming to hang out with us this morning.
This has been awesome.
I'm very, very happy. If all the viewers out there, be sure to subscribe, support Hello Cupid, like them on Facebook, follow on Twitter, and as we said, we will post all of our stuff on our Twitter and Facebook accounts. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend, and more importantly, be safe and have fun. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
I'm a gangster, but y'all knew that. The big boss dog, yeah, I had to do that. I keep a flag hanging out my backside, but only on the left side. Yeah, that's the side. Ain't no other way to play the game the way
You are watching T Radio V. Radio and TV.